All right, we're back. Oh, yeah, man. I tell you, it's cold outside. Thank goodness for the Sheets family in my neighborhood, and I know there's one in yours. Find that location and warm up to a great cup of coffee. MTO food to go. I was having a conversation with my buddy last night saying, Sheets, what would I do without them? We were talking about the MTO food you can get for a great breakfast, for a great lunch. Hey, late afternoon snack, grab and go food, and of course, dinner time, and especially late at night when you just need to feel that hunger. Say it with me, Sheets. Nice to have them in the neighborhood. You see that Italian terrible towel over my shoulder? Steelers season, just everybody getting excited about this week's game. That's from my man Mark Mackey from that wonderful place that is Bloomfield and the Exercise Warehouse. So thank you, Mr. Mackey. I get more compliments on my Italian terrible towel. So if you want one, contact him. He's not hard to find. Just go to Bloomfield and say, hey, where can I find Mark Mackey? Great guy. Speaking of the Steelers, big win against the Dolphins. Ben's in the boot. Never fear, he will be there. Kansas City, 1 o'clock, Sunday, Arrowhead Stadium, CBS television, KDKA TV2 all week. They do a great job. Of course, my longtime friend, Bob Pompiani, at the anchor desk. Now, listen, we have not just that game to be looking forward to. This is going to be a big week in the National Football League. And a couple of days at News Radio 1020, KDKA. And then, of course, we'll be out and about the traveling road show that is your Pratte Pack at various locations talking about these football games here on Facebook and, of course, YouTube. But you also have Green Bay and Dallas, the other Sunday game after the Steelers. And on Saturday, great doubleheader, Seattle and Atlanta and Houston and New England. And that's one game we Steeler fans will definitely be following. So lots more on another big week in the National Football League. So what are we going to be doing tonight on Rob Pratt Monday night? Of course, we always start off with the Allegheny Health Network program, Medical Frontiers, hosted by the great Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer. And tonight, cardiology is going to be the topic of conversation. Manrit Kenwar will join us. He's a cardiologist and also cardiac surgeon. Robert Moraka will also be on the program tonight. We always invite you to phone in 866-391-1020 or Dollar Bank Instant Access, KDK.com. I always enjoy being part of that show. I learn so much, and I know from my friends and what they tell me in the audience, they learn a whole lot too. All right, headlines, things that are making news that we're going to be talking about tonight. Meryl Streep, of course, as I mentioned earlier, her statement yesterday at the Golden Globes has got everyone from the 45th President-elect Donald Trump and, yes, part of his transition team and his cabinet, Kellyanne Conway, they're all speaking out. We will talk about that tonight. Also, are the tables turning on Obamacare? We're going to be discussing that as well this evening. Lots of open talk on Rob Pratt Monday night. Also, John Brennan, he's the outgoing director of the CIA, and he was talking about Donald Trump and intelligence, and he believes that he must take it a little more serious because he thinks he could put the nation in great peril. We'll talk about that tonight. And I must tell you, I think of late Donald Trump has been doing a whole lot to reach out to a lot of people to mend some fences, and I'm sure that they will figure it out. But do you think that maybe this is something we need to talk about on the program tonight? And the Fort Lauderdale, that tragedy, that shooting, and maybe you saw some of the video that was finally released. Just a few seconds of it was enough to just only imagine what those poor citizens and innocent bystanders went through during that very troubling time. Well, the shooter, if found guilty in a court of law, Esteban Santiago, could face the death penalty. Many people believe that if found guilty, he should. I want to get your opinion on that. Bernie Sanders is going to have a town hall meeting tonight. I can't wait for this because I'm sure he's going to have a lot of things to say, and we're going to be checking in and out and getting details on what he's talking about, and then we'll give you a chance to talk about it as well. Now, of course, Disc Institute of Pittsburgh Newsline always welcomes great guests. We have CBS Radio News, who I believe the best in the business, and of course they're going to be with us for the inauguration of Donald Trump coming up shortly. But they'll be there tonight with news, top and bottom of the hour. We always start the evening off with the award-winning KDKA newsroom. At the anchor desk, it'll be Joe DiStio tonight. And that AccuWeather, supposed to warm up a little bit. We'll get details on that as well. But after CBS News at 9, I'm going to welcome that dynamic duo who makes the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show soar, in my opinion. It is Greg Diolis and Bob Dvorak. We're going to talk all about the Steelers in Kansas City and, yes, the rest of the NFL. But tonight's also the College Football National Championship. Roll Tide, Alabama, the great Nick Saban and company. They're going to be taking on Clemson, rematch of last year's national championship game. And we're going to be talking about that as they're just about set to kick it off a little after 9. And, of course, it'll be in Tampa, Florida. And it's for everything that is college football. So those guys will be talking about that as well. So that's about it. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I know I will, because I visited my neighbors, the Sheets family. I'm going to get this workout in, a little bit more cleaning. I mean, who else do you think cleans the Pratte Pack gym, okay? We'll take care of that, and then time to saddle up and mosey on into CBS Radio World Headquarters in Green Tree. Salute. Have a great rest of your day.